4, 3, 2, and 1.
Mountain
Welcome
Dew can
back,
dissolve a
everybody.
mouse.
Okay, yep. Immediately with a fun fact. And by fun, I mean the opposite of fun. The exact, whatever the opposite of the word is. Unfun is too basic. Somebody come up with something else.
Well, actually, acids coagulate things. Like, bases would be dissolving. So, like, I feel like your fact
everybody,
is
welcome
not
back to another episode of Pathfinder Dream Divers. We got the gang back here. Unfortunately, Crusader may or may not join us tonight. We are unclear on that front, but if he decides to, it'll be at a later time. But for now, I'm going to give you a short recap of what happened last time, and then we are just going to jump right into it. For all three of you in chat, which probably are regulars, so you don't even need to do the whole bit. Anyway, who here is in the mood for a recap?
I was late, so I'll do it. So, the last session of the Dream Divers, the gang went to go retrieve one of their comrades out of the clutches of the evil nymph. And to do so, they had to make a deal. The deal was that they are to retrieve a artifact, an hourglass. And in exchange for said artifact, they will not enthrall Tree, or they will not enthrall Thalia. I'm sorry. Make them become one of theirs again. After doing so, the party left with their comrades, and the party finally reunited as a whole. They all left and went back to town. And after they got back to town, they did a few things.
Thalia did one thing in particular.
But yeah, that's pretty much where the story is. I'm sure I'm missing a lot of parts of it, but we don't have a lot of time, and I'm sure most of the people in chat who are regulars know exactly what happened.
Had her moment with her girlfriend.
And you had a moment where, with your boy father figure.
I had met a guy.
Sleeping.
It was very nice. I like sleeping.
Vigo met a guy who was like, sell us the hourglass or we're gonna kill you. And Vigo said no, and Vigo turned into Ray, and then Ray went to Arazoth and said, sell me the hourglass or I'll kill you.
So he stacked it and passed it on.
How kind of him to threaten us. It's very, very kind. Love it. Love being threatened.
We have not yet begun to be coerced. It's fine.
We'll return the favor at some point.
All right.
I like being threatened. Being threatened is good.
Well, sounds like we are all set. You were gonna say something. All right, let's hear it.
Yeah. The hourglass was held by the Black Crag Bandits, which we now have to go roust out.
We remember things.
Yeah.
Black Crag Bandits. Let's go wreck them.
All right.
First, I want to get paid.
Super weak and easy to kill.
But first, I want to get paid. Who do I go to get my money?
You guys are getting paid?
Yes.
It is wakey uppy time.
I like money.
Let us say that the night has passed in the morning. Arazoth, you, I don't know. I guess you spent the entire night outside.
None of us moved our characters into
The night has passed uneventfully for some.
Everybody somehow mysteriously ended up in one of the places that they were in last night, prior to last night falling asleep. So,
crazy, imagine.
It is now the following morning.
I was in bed, so lucky me. Alright, well, I'm gonna go say, hey, I heard you guys talk to the sheriff. Did he pay you?
Not yet. We need to go collect today.
Let's go get some money.
We were pretty tired yesterday anyway.
Time is of the essence.
Let's go get it. Couldn't agree
We'll get
more.
money.
The day starts now.
We have 2 months and 29 days.
But first breakfast or nar?
I need to get paid, then I can buy breakfast.
All right, let's go get paid.
I regret to inform you that I'm in a similar situation.
Unfortunate.
Just to accompany you with
Hate
all
to
of
see
them.
it. Let's go. Get some
McCallus missed Moon Knight. Oh, but he hit hella. Let's see how he does with Hawkeye. He's doing all right. McCallus in our chat is fighting all of the characters from Marvel Rivals.
I see.
I found him.
Everything
Wait,
sounds funny to Pars. I think that is just on your end, Pars. Everybody,
That
mic
would
check.
be,
We sound
yeah.
good.
Hold
Mic
up.
check, mic check.
I don't know how I
No
sound.
worries. I would like money. Yes. Looks like.
Why does
Colt
no
is
one
already
have
going.
money for breakfast?
He spent it
I
all
have
trying
money for
to
breakfast.
get Colt
just-
to make soup, or not soup, tea.
I just want
Yeah,
more money.
The
was
tea
worth
the tea that saved people from mind control, allegedly.
Yeah, how much is good
Allegedly.
breakfast? How much is good breakfast for the party?
I don't know, but I want more money.
A good breakfast for the whole party. Like how good are you talking?
I mean, not like great, but like a little bit of a celebration.
You
At
could
least 3
probably.
packets or-
I mean, for like a little bit of a celebration, for like a spread, you could probably get it for like 2 gold if you wanted to.
Yeah, that was nothing. I'll jump in.
All right, so who at the sheriff's house is going to initiate the collection of payment?
Colt was the first one
Yeah.
in.
As
So
you all
All right,
walk
cool,
into
go
the
ahead.
sheriff's office, and he's just sitting there like,
Where's my money?
"Hello, it's a bit early in the morning."
Hello, good morning.
We're here to collect our payment for the job that we completed.
All right, and all the chaos I'd nearly forgotten. Yeah, hang on. Goes into the back, ruffles around a little bit, comes back out with a duffel full of coins. He says, "Here, split that up amongst yourselves. Should be 120 gold in total."
Looks like we're buying a lot less than we thought. All right, thank you.
Of course.
Thank you.
I think you severely overestimated how much guards get paid.
To be fair, a banquet for the entire party would cost 60 gold, and that would be a
can do that.
banquet.
We can do that.
So, no,
We can have a banquet.
let's not
Yeah,
do
but
that.
we're-
Let's,
How much did we negotiate for? I thought we negotiated for a lot more than.
You negotiated for twice the
20
standard rate of pay.
yeah,
but it's still not a lot. Although
yeah.
I thought
So-
one of our quests was worth thousands of gold. This is not
No.
this is not the correct quest.
No, this is
no.
This is a quest that's gone horribly awry.
yeah.
Oh, I was
didn't
there
look
for that
up yet.
part,
I'm
don't
guessing
worry.
the thousands of gold quest was for retrieving that one person.
Yeah.
All right, well,
Actually,
we
I
probably
want
got
to
some
ask the
work to do on
sheriff
this one.
about the goblin job.
What? Hold up.
He's gonna
Hold-
ask. What are you gonna do? Stop him?
we do
Yeah,
have
that's true.
time.
Oh, yes, you have time. I'm sure all of you have all of the time in the world, suddenly.
It doesn't hurt to ask. And really, if we want to be making progress, we need to get stronger and we need cash flow.
Ah,
Yeah.
yes.
He's
Or
right.
I fear that is not the issue in this case, but if you must.
Doesn't hurt to ask. Come on.
Sorry.
What if
I
the goblins
overheard
are
one of your companions yelling from outside the door. You wanted to ask me something?
Yeah, I want you to ask you about that. You mentioned something about clearing out some goblins.
Oh. Yeah, I think that's been handled. It's been like
Yes, okay.
a month.
That's fair.
What? It's been a hold up.
Actually, wait, hold on. No. It
takes a
hasn't
week
been
to
a month.
get to.
It has a.
It's been
How has it
however
been a
long
week?
it's been. It's time is fucky.
It's been a month. It's been over a month in the one area, but it's been like 3 days.
No, it takes like a week to get there from here.
Yeah, so
doesn't
it's
it?
been at
Travel?
least 2 weeks.
Been at least 2
That's
weeks.
fair. That's
Yeah.
fair.
More like 2.5.
Hey, Stad, welcome in.
Well, either way, it's done. I guess we'll need to find another way to get money. All right. Thank you, Sheriff. Have a good day.
We have money.
You tipped us hat.
Money.
All right. Okay. So I'm gonna ask for my cut.
Yep, I'm gonna
What is my cut?
hand
20.
out whatever what is. Somebody do the math for this real quick.
120 spread
20
6 ways is
gold.
20 each.
Okay, then yeah,
Yeah,
just
okay.
hand whoever's here their 20 gold.
Then we'll just
Alright.
go ahead and say that somebody gave Meredith her share as well.
Meredith hers, yeah.
I'm gonna hand 20 to Dahlia and say, "Hey, here's for the here's part of it for the
Somebody just shoot Crusader a message, tell him to add 20 gold when he gets the chance.
for the bad alchemy check."
I don't think. Oh, you're giving her your share of the
Yeah,
of the
I am.
gold. Okay,
It's only
she's
20,
going.
but still.
Yeah, she will absolutely pocket that.
Well then, what do you guys want to do
Well,
now?
it seems even bad investments pay off from time to time.
More like
Dahlia
bad
is
investments
actually-
pay back from time to time.
Yeah, yeah. Is there anywhere we could find like a map, like a good quality map of the area?
Of, like, the
Sheriff might have
world?
Not the world, but like is it assumed that we have like a decent map of the region, like what's in our journal?
Yes.
Okay.
We have maps and shit.
Because I
What's
don't
the plan?
see. Maybe I'm dumb, but they mentioned some Black Crag bandits, and I don't see any.
So the
any Black
mountains
Crag.
is not called the Black
Yeah.
Crag. It is just
Yeah.
like a mountain, which is the white tiles if you look below Scorecrest.
Uh-huh.
You know, kind of right where it says West Lessian Empire.
Yeah. On another note, is anybody good with geography in this group? And before it's Meredith.
I'm not good with geography, but if you want to know where they are, I could just tell you.
Points
Like-
at the map. They're there.
I have been there.
They're right
Oh,
around there.
You've been there. So
Well-
were you involved with this crew previously? Was that what you were saying earlier? I'm sorry, I was a little bit distracted. You see, people tend to be distracted when they have a magical contract burned into their brain. It's like a little itch at the back of your mind. Have you ever experienced that? Like a little itch inside your brain that won't quite go away? It's not fun. Anyway. What were we talking about? Oh yes, the Black Crag Mountains.
As you
said.
hear the words Black Crag Mountain Stall, you feel a little itch in the back of your brain. You guys ever felt that before? A little itch in the back of your brain that just won't go away.
That one song you can't remember the name of?
Well,
The song
It's
that
stuck in your head.
doesn't end. Yes,
we're
it goes
not
on
doing that.
and on, my friends.
here's the deal. Here's the deal. It's complicated. All right, but just
don't-
know, I was never a bandit, and I never robbed anyone.
Well,
Well,
what information do you have?
That's very noble of you. I wish you had robbed someone, then perhaps we'd have an easier in. So you're saying that you don't have a connection. We can't talk our way
No,
in.
I have a connection. I never said that. I just said
Oh.
I was never a bandit.
Okay, so you worked with them.
Yeah, I worked with them.
Okay. Would you describe their general attitude towards you as friendly?
No.
Kill you on
So you-
sight when you walk in there?
So you betrayed them.
Well, how would you
I did
describe
not
their
betray.
general attitude towards you? Period. Full stop.
I
Question mark.
doubt they'll kill me on sight, but they probably will kill me if I walk up with other people who they don't know.
Okay. All right. So, would you be willing to go in alone?
If he does, I'm gonna have you guys sit here for a little bit when that happens.
I don't think that...
Which is fine by me, but just be aware of it. Y'all have to like twiddle your thumbs and eat some pizza.
I don't think me going in alone, especially unprepared, is a good idea.
Okay. All right. Well, just an option. Just an option.
do they have?
How
Do
are
they
their
have any?
fortifications?
Oh,
Go ahead.
what was that?
I was gonna ask how are their fortifications. I imagine they're decent at least.
What are their fortifications? I mean, I have been there before.
They have, last you remember, they have a decent setup, in kind of like this hollowed out area in one of the mountains, and
they're in a cave.
Not exactly. Like they have, it's kind of like a dip in the mountain, like
it's like those houses in the southwestern U.S. that are in canyons and stuff.
Oh, Slash Spade, thank you for that donation. Incredibly kind of you. I don't know who's going in, but give it to them. Okay. So whoever, I guess we will just determine that later. Whoever is going to get that hero point, because I'm not even sure we are going in alone. It's like
Thank
if
you
you've,
for your contribution.
Yeah, everybody, we're very grateful. I would say it's kind of like
hero point because we're all heroes.
If you've ever seen like a hilly area and they usually have like a space in the middle, it's like that. It's just like a little space that's kind of carved out that they've made in that area.
So they've fortified the valley between the two hills.
Which isn't to say that there isn't a cave, because there is that you know of, but it's like just where the boss sleeps.
They're pretty fortified, honestly.
You also, I wasn't finished. You also know that they tend to set up camp, at least a few of them, a ways away from the fortification, in order to scout for anyone who might try to come and get them. They started doing that after you showed up and killed their fucking boss.
We don't know that, but
yeah, they don't know that. They're pretty fortified. They're set up in this valley, and they've got walls, they've got defenses. Obviously, they have the manpower. There is a cave, but it's not very big, and only really the big boss sleeps there. They have been setting up scout camps and looking out for people passing through the region, so it's going to be pretty hard to catch them off guard. They're probably going to know we're there before we know where they are.
So, could we waylay their scouts?
We could try to get their scouts, but we'd have to find them first.
Okay.
But no, I doubt
they're bandits, so I assume they leave their hideout sometimes to do things.
Yeah, but they're not stupid. They leave behind people.
They don't need to be
are
stupid.
any of us at traipsing through the woods and tracking people through wilderness?
One of us is.
You could track them. I mean, I know how to get to their area.
But it seems that if we go straight there, all it's going to do is raise the alarm and cause more trouble than it solves.
Yeah.
Suppose they were out raiding. Could we just steal their stuff while they were gone?
We'd have to take care of anyone still there, and we'd have to take care of their scout camp. But assuming we can do that, yeah.
Do you know
We
where
do
they would
something
keep?
as
Do you know
powerful
where
as
they
the
would?
hourglass. I think it's going to be wherever their strongest people are.
Think they're going to take it with them when they raid?
Probably not. I doubt they'd risk that.
That does
Then
sound like
we
really
find
big
someone
risk.
else who's really strong to guard it.
I mean, sure, but suppose there are 40 of them, right? And suppose half of them go out raiding. That's still half of their group that's not there.
Is this a bad time to interrupt y'all?
There's never
Not
really a
really.
good time, but go
We
on.
can continue this. What's up, Lily?
I just wanted to inform y'all I'm gonna have to briefly head back to Fox Hill. Given the news of what's going on here, it seems more important than ever to warn them of the impending nature of a surrounding area and the things that might be happening.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Changing landscape and all that.
The fact that the surroundings have become immediately more dangerous.
It
Yeah.
might not be a
Fair
bad
enough.
idea to relocate Fox Hill to either here or House or another town.
I don't know if they'd be willing to move, but I'm not sure what choice they're gonna have if they want to stay alive.
Maybe, perhaps the solution is rather than the people of Fox Hill relocating, maybe you need. Perhaps the trick is to get a few people to relocate there and replenish your numbers a bit.
Wouldn't be
I
the
can
worst
see
idea.
about asking the sheriff, but
What if instead of
I
relocating the
worry
people, we
that.
relocated the land?
I'm sorry, what the fuck are you talking about?
It's just an idea.
Costume, I don't even know what the fuck that means.
Relocate the land. That'd be pretty difficult.
Do we have a druid circle
I didn't
on
say it was a
hand?
good. I didn't say it was a good idea.
Costume, again, it's not necessarily I'm saying good or bad. I'm saying I don't know what the fuck you were saying.
I don't
Suppose
think we
instead
have.
of moving the people, we moved the land to a different location.
Can you elaborate on that?
You're
I don't even
suggesting
know.
you're suggesting literally
an idea I
moving
had.
mountains, or at least hills.
Correct, yeah.
That would require a team possibly bigger than the town of Weimgrado.
Yeah, Costume, I'm gonna have to go ahead and say I don't think that one's gonna happen, but I appreciate your input and enthusiasm. And at this point, Lily just sort of pats you on the shoulder.
I'm an idea guy, not necessarily an execution guy.
Right. Well, I'm gonna go see if I can talk to the sheriff. I do worry though that if I do convince him to rid himself of a few of his boys for a little bit, that might leave the town here indefensible if something were to happen.
It's not an enviable situation either way.
Well, whatever. It's got to be done. It's got to be done. But once it's done, I'll have to head straight back. That being said, she takes a look at every one of you and says, whatever you do decide to do, please do it with the knowledge that there are people who care about you and want to see y'all come back safe. And with that, Thalia, she turns to you, gives you a quick squeeze on the hand, and then walks off.
Well, that explains that at least.
Okay, so what exactly is the idea right now?
I don't feel like we're strong enough or have the resources to be able to go after either of our tasks. But I do have one idea.
I'm an idea guy. I like ideas.
We could head to Geed and ask the people at the monastery about the hourglass a bit more and get more info about it.
My general experience working with or conversing with Pharasmans is they're not exactly the quickest to take action on anything, even if it is an artifact of great import. They do seem to take great stock in fate, such as it is.
There's also the matter of you, Thalia, probably know more you imagine about the hourglass than whatever they could tell you.
Do I?
Roll a knowledge religion check.
Oh, okay. We do that. We do that again.
Well, did we do it in the first place?
Yeah.
Hold on. You might have DM'd me and I missed it.
Yeah, you rolled a 25.
Nice, Beer.
What? But
it's just right here in the roll 20. Anybody could have known that.
Did you just not DM me about the hourglass? I thought you did. And
I might have just told you about
Probably
it.
just said it.
Oh yeah.
You really? I don't know if that was the 25, but I'll go with it being the 25.
No, it was. It was. I remember, because I remember you said something about it having to do with the passage of time, that breaking it would be very bad.
Okay, so it was literally like one of the last rolls of the session then. Okay, fair enough. Well, what I said was, and I will scroll down here.
How did my notes miss that? I'm sorry.
It's okay. I'm just going to hate you forever now.
Okay.
You did this. Anyway, no, so the Wailing Hourglass is said to contain the screams of a dying civilization.
Yeah. Okay.
And whenever the last grain of sand runs out, it is supposed to signal the end of the world as we know it. Also, whenever someone flips the hourglass over, it causes a wave of panic to potentially be instilled in those in the surrounding area.
I remember the first part of that. I don't remember the flipping the hourglass part, but you most assuredly said that. My bad. Mea culpa. So we know that this hourglass could signal the end of the world and has the potential to panic a large number of people. And if it's an artifact like they say it is, we probably can't destroy it. And I don't want to think about what destroying it might actually do to my current situation. It's a right mess. I think our best course of action is to get some provisions and head towards your bandit friends. If we can't bargain with them directly, perhaps we can meet someone at the outskirts. You said they wouldn't kill you on sight. You might be, or perhaps with the assistance of Vico and myself, we can explain your presence in such a way that won't cause so much of a fuss. And she gives you her most winning, charming smile.
Roll diplomacy. You're not rolling to convince him. You're not rolling to convince him. You're rolling to see on a scale of 1 to 20, just how charming that smile was, just how winning it looked.
Yeah. Okay, it's not going to be too great, but hey, we'll see. Oh, that's not a +10, and it is bright outside. Very sad. Oh,
nice.
Thalia looks at you with like these beaming, charming eyes of like it's with a certain innocence that you feel like you only see in children who haven't seen the true horrors of the world. You're baffled how she managed to pull this look off, but it is genuinely almost concerningly endearing.
Okay, look.
All right.
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you guys why I can't just go back there alone.
Okay.
It's not like I chose.
I'm gonna
to
pull
work
out my.
with them.
I'm gonna pull out my folding chair. I get the feeling we're gonna be for a little bit.
We're not doing it in the middle of the damn street. Back to the inn.
All right. I'll go back to
Pulls
the inn and
out his
sit down.
lawn chair.
You can still use your lawn chair in the inn. Folding chair.
Nah, no need. No need. I just thought we were doing it in the street. I just thought it was. I just thought it was street story time.
Sorry.
Free.
No need to use my folding chair from at the end. I just thought we were having story time. Sadly not. Oh well.
We're chilling
Next time.
now. So here's the deal. I'm gonna tell you
Stop
why.
aggressively leveling, chat.
I'm gonna tell you why I was working with them. I was being forced to work with them.
Okay.
But for a good
By what
reason.
means?
They were gonna kill me if I tried to leave.
Oh, that's a good reason to work with people. I admit.
That's a classic.
Yeah, it is a classic.
Thalia and Vigo definitely can't relate.
I may or may not have shot their leader and killed them.
Oh,
Okay.
I'd almost forgotten that before you joined up with us, you actually
to
had
know
a
she-
spine.
Shooting people is genuinely an interesting course of action.
Well, yes, when all you have is a gun, I imagine everyone tends to look like targets.
I mean,
True,
shooting
honestly.
bandits seems
Big fact.
justified.
Yeah, I tracked him down and I shot him.
For money,
Excellent,
at
great.
least?
No, not for money.
For love?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry he jilted you in the past. That must have been very tragic.
Look, I'll tell you guys the reason later. Point is,
Oh,
shot
how
him.
mysterious.
Okay, so you shot him and killed him, but you're not the leader of the group.
No, I'm not the
Anyway.
leader of the group. No, they forced me to work with them as a scout. I never
Okay.
actually did any banditry or stealing or
you-
killing for them.
Okay.
Oh,
So you
were
know where
just
their
an
scouting
accomplice
areas might
to the
be.
theft and killing. I see. That's much better and much more morally defensible.
Thank you.
Do you know where their scouting areas might be?
Not really. They tend to like to scout one area and hit that area and then kind of not go there for a while.
So when was the last time you worked with them?
Last time I worked with them was the scouting trip to Fox Hill that went wrong.
Okay, so what you're saying is you
Wait.
know where they probably won't.
Wait a moment. You mean that the last time that you worked with them was that raid on Fox Hill?
It wasn't the raid. It was a scouting trip. It wasn't supposed to go like that.
Did anyone
Oh.
survive and escape from that besides yourself?
Yeah, Arzoth did. He got shot, I remember.
I'm not talking about Arzoth unless he's secretly been a member of the bandits this whole time, which would make our
Well,
life
Arzoth?
much easier.
Arzoth, member of the Black Crag Bandits?
I was never. Look, I'm assuming they got away. At least one of them did.
Oh,
I didn't
so
get away.
so you're a traitor twice over. All in favor of turning Mr. Irons into the bandits and using that as leverage.
That,
And Thalia raises her hand.
Interesting idea. I like ideas.
What to use
Not
me as
bad.
leverage? That's not a bad idea.
That's not a bad idea. We could actually work with that.
I do think we have to keep in mind, and I should bring to the table, there is another group that is also looking for this hourglass. So any plans we have to make need to account for a third party.
Oh. There's another group looking for the hourglass?
I was approached by a stranger last night, basically threatening me to hand it over when we get it. So, yes, somebody else is after it.
Interesting.
What did this man look like?
His hair was slicked back. He had a kind of fancy coat, black, red. He took kind of smooth talk.
Sounds like some kind of jumped up, not noble, maybe like a mid-level aristocrat, some kind of merchant's kid.
Did they mention who
Posh
they
brat,
were
what
working
sounds
for?
like.
They did not.
Okay.
Meredith chirps up. Yeah, it sounds kind of like a loser.
He wasn't very forthcoming with information, but
I see.
yeah, we should keep that
Interesting. Not
Makes
very
sense.
forthcoming.
Makes sense.
He said he represented. Who did he say he represented?
Nobody. He wouldn't tell me.
Nobody. Do you know how you might contact this person?
Not really.
I think he said the guild.
Yeah, did he say the guild? I didn't think he did at any point, but...
Oh, I thought he did. I meant to.
Well then...
Oh, Vico, you were there?
If Vico's nose starts to bleed as he phases through the game.
Sorry, you mentioned something about a guild.
A guild.
He needs to take 1d for psychic
A
damage.
craftsman's guild, a thieves guild.
It be a thieves guild if they're threatening people and wanting to steal things, so I'm gonna lean towards
thieves
that.
guild, okay.
We did hear about the thieves guild being in town as well.
I bet if we go over to that dingy inn, that bar over there, we'll be able to find them.
Let's see. So we want to steal something. I feel like a guild of thieves would be good at doing that sort of thing. So what if we allied with the
finding
guild?
them and talking to them before we try raiding any bandits.
So what if we allied with the guild and did a job for them in exchange for the
I feel like
more wheeling and dealing, maybe?
okay. If we're gonna align ourselves with the Thieves Guild, and we're
Align ourselves.
Well, yeah, ally with.
Workforce, perhaps.
I mean, if they're another player in this, we need to get something. We can't just work with them to get it without some sort of thing for us. Because if we just work with them to get it, they're just going to take it. I say that we
do that. We're in the same straits. Yeah.
We ask them for help with
Maybe.
our predicament.
And then?
Well, that's what we get in exchange.
Quid pro quo part 2?
Quite frankly, I don't think they'll care very much about the life of one person in the face of profits.
Well,
especially artifact fencing profits.
Yeah.
Then we can't work with them.
The
don't
life
really
of
know.
one person, or the life of
a better plan to work with them.
It's not
or
the
life of the
one
whole
person.
town.
It's the life of a client.
I also just think we need to consider that if we're trying to do something in exchange for them not coming after an artifact, whatever we're gonna have to do is gonna have to be as valuable as this item.
True enough.
It is an artifact. As far as I know, there isn't a duplicate of it.
But what does it mean to them?
Well,
money.
I figure it means quite a lot if they're threatening people who don't even have the artifact yet.
Don't they threaten people on the regular? Isn't that what thieves guilds
Why-
do?
Thieves Guild want it.
I mean, obviously
Just
they're
make money off it,
looking for.
selling it to
That's a
somebody
good
else.
question.
They must have a client who wants it.
Mm-hmm.
And I doubt. I seriously doubt that Lyriel, in her current state, has been hobnobbing with the local criminal infrastructure. Or local criminal elements, I should say.
If she had, she wouldn't have asked us.
I think she's making it a little more difficult for them, seeing as the whole town is now occupied and trade is starting to slow down. Flow of gold is getting the flow of gold around here is getting disrupted, and I know the Thieves Guild love their gold.
The cult is likely bad for their business.
It's very bad. Less people around means less gold, and that's what they want.
So will the guild work with us against the cult?
But
I think it's worth a shot. If we're not going to try and get stronger, then we need allies who are stronger.
But what guarantee do we have that they won't simply double-cross us? Assuming we can even get our foot in the door. It seems very dubious, unless someone has some kind of contact.
I mean, to be fair,
I mean, Arizov could reach out to our mystery man again, but I don't even think they established some way to communicate. There's no signal, no code, no arranged meeting place or time.
Considering how quickly they found me, I'm sure they'll easily find me again at some point.
Yeah, then there's the issue of how this guild affiliated stranger managed to know what we were up to. Like, it's all very it's very disconcerting, but that tells me that they at least have some kind of information.
Excuse me. I can't help but interrupt. You said that you were looking to contact the guild, or questioning how the guild had knowledge on y'all.
Did you rat us out?
That's correct.
Not exactly the way I would put it.
So you did.
No, a guild agent happened to be in town and simply asked around for information on a specific group of individuals. Wanted to know where they were. Asked me to send word if I saw them. That's all.
Lovely. Well, to be fair,
any other information is out of my hands.
And in all fairness, it's not like we're operating covertly, so it's not really that much of an issue.
And so, as I thought, what a way to line my purse. If you're going to be found either way, I may as well simplify the process. That being said, the man said he was in fact staying at the inn across the way, if that's what you were looking for the contact.
I knew it.
Okay. Good to know. Good to know.
Try and pay him a visit.
The question is, do we want to ally with the guild? Do we want to attempt to ally with the guild?
I think that's putting the cart before the horse, but
we should always go see why they're stalking us.
Thalia, what would you like to do?
I honestly don't care what we do as long as it leads to us getting the damned hourglass and quickly, so I can stop worrying about this and get on with my life, and perhaps burn that whole the town of Revath to the ground. I mean, pardon me, I'm a little bit distracted given everything.
I propose burning the town of Revath to the ground at one point.
Yes.
Just burn the town of Revath to the ground.
Decision. They're innocent people.
Innocent people that we could burn to the ground.
they would likely welcome it, unfortunately.
I don't
And that
think
just
they
makes
would
it
welcome it so
unfun.
much as I don't think they would welcome it so much as just be apathetic. I'm glad that their suffering is important to you. But I learned so much about you, Costu, every day.
Indeed. I don't want to control them, but displacing them might be useful in the long run.
Mm. Regardless, I think we should pay a visit to the gentleman across the way. Perhaps we can get ourselves an audience with some people who know a little bit more. The problem is, how do we not out ourselves as being, well, out of the loop?
Good question. I think we just need to say that we want to talk to them, and that's all. There's no need to volunteer more information than they need to know.
I think I will stay here, if that's all right.
Sure, that's fine.
Stay safe, Meredith.
It's not exactly that we're out of the loop.
I mean, we know what we want. We know where it is.
I'm painfully aware of what happened the last time we wandered into a negotiation underprepared.
Yeah, but we are in town. Admittedly, we are in a much safer environment. And if they do try anything like what the nymph tried, well, we've got a lot of guards here in this town.
Ah, yes. That's
trying
definitely
to kill us
comforting.
in the middle of the day.
Yes. No, they'd get us to a very nice secluded location first, I'm sure, if they deemed us a threat. But we're not threatening. Are we? Do we look threatening? When have I ever looked threatening?
I don't feel like much of a threat right now. Just humble adventure.
Oh,
Where not that.
That is the door. The double doors.
Continue to elude me. Oh, it's a
I'm
door on
push
a
open both the
diagonal.
doors.
Dastardly.
A dastardly door on a diagonal?
A dastardly diagonal double door, yes. How devious.
Damn. A dastardly door being devious? That's a total dupe.
I'm not sure that I like the tables being positioned directly in front of the door. Seems like poor design, but whatever.
They have to be there.
I think it's part of the ambiance.
Okay.
Oh!
Well,
It is friend from Union! Hello! Good to see you!
Thalia is like hopelessly confused. Hello?
No, not you, strange lady. Talking to dark-haired boy. My friend. You come back, yes? I miss you.
I've missed you too. Yeah. I asked around here for information when we first came into town.
Da? You were looking for information. Well, good thing I have information for you. Other member of Union waiting for you upstairs, says long-time friend of yours, short-time friend of mine. But you know how it is with Union business. Care for drink? Is on house, if you have coin.
Maybe later.
Okay, you let Orico know if you need anything. Not me, I'm not Orico.
All right, Vico. So what's the
Who's this friend,
plan?
Vico?
Yeah.
Who's this longtime friend you have waiting for you upstairs?
Friend
this union?
is. Friend's an interesting word. Friend's an interesting word. Well,
Do you owe them money?
I mean, I can make a big deal out of this, but Dahlia already knows. I had my own stint at the guild,
Oh, you're part of the
and
guild.
well,
Very good.
not exactly anymore. It's
I see.
trying to be a good person, trying to go out, help people, be an adventurer.
That's
Actually,
It's a
like
better
a
way
former
to
member of
coin.
something.
But I was approached, I think, in a similar manner to Arisoth.
Well,
Especially the same terms.
Nico, what do you think their angle is?
Well, I don't know if they'll say anything, but did seem across as mostly wanting the artifact for the money. Promised to we go gonna start saying something and then doesn't say it, and then it's he essentially offered me to sell Thalia out. Go either with you or with them or some combined offer, and then take the artifact, and then obviously not use it for her, but give them money for it. And I said, I'm not gonna do that.
Well, that was good of you.
So then why are
But
you talking? Why are they talking or want to talk to you again? If you already denied them once, are they coming to you with a second offer, or?
We're going to them, it seems.
Yeah. Well, let's see if we can talk to him.
All right, you guys heading
Would you
upstairs?
like anyone to accompany you?
I
Oh,
think
Thalia.
You think you should go alone, or do you want some backup?
I think backup is fine.
Okay.
Okay. Happy to join you.
You got it.
Okay, so everyone's going?
Everyone's going.
I'm going.
All right.
I'm going.
Yes, sir.
As everyone approaches the stairs, I am just gonna go ahead and gather your tokens over there. I am gonna want to get a little closer. I'm just gonna do one of these. Control C, and then plop you right down over here on the right. Then we'll just, your tokens, you know where you are if you go back down the stairs, but you're over on the right side of the map now.
Is this probably a little balcony where he is?
Let's play blackjack.
That is
I'm joking.
that is a decision you could make. For sure.
I think it's a great decision.
Anybody else want to play blackjack right now? Gamble away your 20 gold?
You guys have 20 gold?
I have 400 gold. What if we put it all on one color?
That is not how
On the left
blackjack
table.
works.
No, I'm saying we put it all on green.
I'm gonna win on a 22.
Not this shit again. Okay.
All
Make
right,
one
where's your contact,
fucking
Nico?
minor
I'm
program
you
glitch.
in.
I'm gonna go look out for Shade.
What room are they in? Or where are they?
I think there's like a little balcony.
Yeah, you poke your head through the window and you only see one person sitting out here on the balcony. And it is, in fact, that familiar figure.
Hey there, friend.
Took you long enough to finally come back, but here you are.
I don't want to be here.
He's not even looking at you. He's completely got his back turned to you. You know, I'm not exactly fond of this either. It's not like I enjoy being pitted against you.
You know, you can always make an honest coin. And then he just immediately starts laughing.
Shade remains dead silent.
I'm facing him now, right? I'm looking
Yes.
the opposite way while sitting down. Okay, cool.
You're looking straight at him. He is making direct eye contact with you, Bolt. So, you brought your friends along this time. Hey, kid.
Want to see the offer before we make one. Now what we talked about. I think they have a general idea of what you want. Well, obviously we don't really know what exactly you want the artifact, or who you're probably intending on selling it to. Is that right?
Look, unless you can offer me something better than the artifact, you know how this is going to go down. It's guild policy. We don't let our customers fall through, unless a significantly better deal comes around. Of course, with artifacts, that's something we could take our chances on. So, what do you have to propose? I've assumed...
You've been to Raveath recently?
I am aware of the goings-on there, yes. Had a friend of mine go there on a visitation, wondering why the guild had been so quiet lately.
Did he come back?
He surely did, significantly later than he was supposed to. The guild initially had him marked for desertion. And after he explained the situation, things got a bit more complicated. But we pulled out.
That's good, at least.
Fit.
So, I have some information that might be of value to you if you are attempting to procure this hourglass.
Let's hear it then.
So, the hourglass in question happens to be in high demand by the head honcho in charge of all that nasty business in Revath. You wouldn't be working for them, would you?
No, I would not.
Okay. I just wanted to... Not that you would disclose your clients as a member of the guild. That wouldn't be a reasonable expectation.
I can definitely disclose who isn't my client, though. Of course,
Excellent.
You recognize I would have to answer the same either way.
That is true, but I can tell you that the person over there in Revath desires to use that artifact to end existence as we know it.
And I feel like
that would be bad for guild business, no?
Is that the reason you have me all surrounded here?
Pardon. And I'm just trying to look out for my buddy Vico. That's all. He shrugs. Like, I'm a woman of God. I don't believe in doing violence unless it's absolutely necessary.
I am rather confident that they are not going to end the world. See, as much intel as you may believe yourself to have on this hourglass, I am also all too aware that it is not so simple to break it, and that the sands within the hourglass are quite some ways from reaching their final tipping point.
But if hypothetically you're aware of the time of the situation to do with time in Revath, that a day outside is 10 days in there,
What
roughly,
about it?
give or take.
Clarify where you're going with this.
If the sands are about to run out, or rather aren't about to run out, it's not an immediate concern. If you were to multiply that by the rate at which they manage to exit the hourglass by such a factor, 10 or so, I would think that would bring the imminent danger up several notches.
You
But
know, this may sound a little bleak, but if I weigh that magic against whatever the hourglass is capable of, I wager the hourglass tends to come out on top. And even if it didn't, well, I may be living a shorter life, but I'd certainly be living quite a fulfilling one, wouldn't you say?
fair enough.
That being said, am I to take it that you are the clients of this doomsday cultist?
Well, that's a little bit complicated.
Is that why you were so fidgety about going back on old times and doing one last mission, Ray?
Ray.
You gotta do me like that, man.
Wait a second.
Don't act as if I could tell which one you were calling yourself to these followers.
I think I did just say I was looking out for Vico, but,
Oh,
So
Well.
he's got a second identity?
well, wouldn't you if you were a member of the Thieves
doesn't
Guild?
That
Yeah,
doesn't seem
probably.
relevant
Good
right
point.
now.
In fact,
sit
he has
down
several
and-
identities. I only knew of the most recent one.
Well,
Oh!
we'll talk about it later, Vico. If you would like.
Or Ray.
The plot does thicken. I think it's rude to call someone by a name that they aren't currently using, just as a rule.
I think,
Seems he is currently using it, just not with us.
at this
If it makes him
at this
feel better,
point-
he's welcome to announce my alternative name.
Would it have any meaning to us?
Perhaps. Does the Odin strike fear into any of you?
Have I heard that name?
I don't have knowledge local.
Have I heard
Molly
that
has
name?
literally been living under rocks, so, like...
You guys, yeah, you can roll knowledge local for it.
Oh boy.
I don't even
my
know if
turn.
I'm trained in that skill.
My turn.
Can you even make knowledge checks on train?
No.
I'm trained in it. 22.
Well, if you are...
I'm
If
not
you
even
are
trained in
untrained,
that.
it's just an intelligence check, and unless it's general knowledge, which I don't think it is.
You can make some checks without training, but some you can't make without training. Like
Yeah.
most of the knowledge ones you can't make.
Yeah.
Anything to do with magic, it's really difficult to make.
I'm gonna say,
Oh, okay.
Colt, you've heard of this Odin character. It's the name, supposedly, or at least the title, of a very mysterious rogue who supposedly strikes fear even in the hearts of the other dastards of the underworld.
Do I know of any of this man, this rogue's deeds?
You
or
know,
anything I've heard about him.
I would say Vico might be able to tell you more of the details of the Odin's deeds. But you personally, you can't, like, you know the name, but you don't feel like you've heard of any of the tales. You just know that he's feared.
You're Odin. You?
Shade sort of throws his hands up. He has his elbows on his table, so he does one of those sort of half shrug things with his hands.
Well, I don't know many of your deeds, but I've heard your name whispered quite a bit. Seems like a lot of the bandits are kind of scared of you.
More than just the
That's
bandits,
bad.
you would think. What was that,
He's
Vico?
bad. He's definitely. Oh no, Vika just says, "Oh, he's bad."
Ringing endorsement. Still, if you think he's trouble, like that must mean something, because you're not one to spook easily.
Well, I would hope that Vico here would understand my skills better than most. After all, he employs half them.
Yes. Part of why I wanted to come here was actually the whole thing in Rayfath is very, very bad for business, and also for our own reasons. This nymph is troublesome. I think well, the client's unfortunate, and I don't.
Hypothetically, you know, if the nymph in Rayvath were to trip and fall over several cold iron daggers, I think that would be a win for everyone, except for her. But you know, so it goes.
Ah. So what you're asking is for me to send a call out for the guild to take care of this woman.
I mean, I don't know about that. I'm not exactly sure how y'all operate, but
Perhaps.
Vico's the one who knows protocol after all.
This
If
could
you think you
potentially
can
be
gather
arranged.
a capable crew, then certainly yes. The thing is, Thalia, how much do you mind he knows of that? I don't want to snitch on the situation unless you're comfortable.
About my former affiliation, or about
No, about
the current predicament, you mean? I'd rather, that feels like a need to know, and I doubt they'd be particularly sympathetic. But after all, I did just meet this man, and he is a man and human and rather funny looking. Nothing personal. I've met some delightful funny looking people in my time, and she gestures to Vico in particular.
I like to think that I'm rather charming.
Well. I suppose you do have a certain sort of charm.
And also, I'd like you to excuse yourself for calling me a man.
Oh. Point taken. Pardon. And she kind of gathers herself and bows very slightly by way of apology.
What I'm saying is this. Nymph's a problem for everyone. We have to go do something. Some need of the artifact. Once we finish our business with it, you can have it.
It would be specifically, we're in a position where it would be advantageous if we delivered it to Revath, but we don't exactly want the hourglass to stay in Revat. You catch my drift?
Look, I'm not much for going loud, but make this worth my while.
Oh boy.
We
We're
help you
talking about-
take the artifact.
You don't help
You let
me
us
do
deliver
anything.
it there.
Let's be clear on that point, boy. If I were to want to go get the artifact, which I do, I could do so with or without your help. That is my training. Hell, even Vigo could probably do it if he had the know-how. So,
How come you?
what I'm asking is what you're going to do for me to allow you the opportunity to take it there first and to hire us Thieves Guild thugs to take out your problem before
Well,
I take it off your hands.
I feel like calling you thugs isn't exactly fair to your line of work, but
What is it we can do for you?
I think that's what he's asking precisely.
I can
He
build you
doesn't-
guns.
I believe there's been another.
Colt, roll a
small
diplomacy
schism.
check.
Can I assist on that diplomacy
No,
check?
you may
Because
not.
Good lord, he needs a. Oh no.
I already do. I do need it. But you know what? That's fine.
You got this, Colt.
Watch this. Nat 1.
Let's go.
Oh, not a nat 1. Not very good either.
Shade looks at you, raises a single eyebrow, and then sort of does that exasperated, tired head shake before turning his eyes to meet yours, Vico. Perhaps I should have been asking you in the first place.
Well,
I mean,
we've caught word. I believe there's been some sort of schism recently. There were some other people here looking around for me, potentially looking around for you as well.
yeah, they mentioned looking for a rave. Oh, a raven. Huh. I thought that was the word on the street, anyhow.
Point is, doesn't seem like everyone's. Seems like there's a lot of people acting out of order right now.
So it would seem.
Yeah,
Roll
gonna solve this
a
internally. That's just gonna be a big mess.
roll a
And-
diplomacy check, and assisted by
can I-
Thalia. Yes, this time you may,
Yeah,
because you've been
Yeah,
talking
'cause-
through it.
also,
Okay.
yeah.
So what do I get for that?
Well, it depends on if I make the check or not. Womp.
Awesome.
Yay! I think that just
You
barely
should make that
squeaks
pretty
by
easily.
to give you. Yeah.
So
So
what does
that-
that do?
You just roll as
Thank you.
normal.
Yeah, you get a +2 basically.
Okay, I get a +2.
Yep.
28.
Nice.
Shade stares you down, cold-faced Vico, expressionless. After what seems like an eternity, he cracks a very faint smirk. Alright, kid. This is good intel. I can make a deal out of this. You get 2 weeks. That's how
Oh, boy.
long you have to acquire the artifact. Once you have it, you have 1 more week to get it to Revat. At that point in time, I'll have the boys waiting around. but you better send word after those first 2 weeks, sometime in that period.
Or anything else you know about this, about these bandits, or about the acquisition of the artifact?
I think
Yeah, there is
that's...
one thing.
Oh?
Supposedly their leader is the one who's been carrying it around with him. Keeps it on his
Of-
person at all times, and supposedly there's a bit of a rift growing in the bandit band on account of their leader is going a bit insane from the whispers of the hourglass.
Carrying around a cursed artifact does tend to have adverse effects on one's sanity.
I don't know what you're talking about, I say as I hold up the sickle of Greatus.
Polly kind of tries to sidle. Well, she's kind of tried to sidle up to the table and offer her hand. Mr. Shade, Mr. Shade, is it? Yeah. I pleasure doing business with you, regardless of how this turns out.
At this point, Shade cocks a coy grin, reaches into his pocket, and then with the hand he just reached into it with, shakes your hand, and you feel him place something in it as you let go. As you pull it out, you see an earring in your possession. He says, "You can use this to communicate when you have the goods."
Absolutely delightful. Oh, this is very nice.
He just looks at Thalia and is like, you wanted an in, right?
I suppose I should be more careful what I wish for, but yes, this should work nicely. And she's like torn between like being filled with extreme foreboding, being annoyed by what's going on inside her head, and just and like being genuinely giddy about feeling like she's in her element for the first time since the whole Skern debacle. Like,
Well then, if there's nothing else, I shall leave you all to your packing. If you don't mind letting me finish my drink.
oh, apologies.
Well then, the pleasure has been all mine. And Shade does a very slight tilt of his head of acknowledgement. And you, Vico, it is good to see that your instincts have not entirely dulled.
A little, though.
Oh, nonsense. I'm sure it's like
No,
riding
he
a
is
horse.
entirely correct. But
Ugh.
nonetheless, it is good that they are not completely gone. Then he would
I
be a
have
lost cause.
spent a lot of time trying to be like a good guy, and that's not good for being a bad guy.
As it turns out. Oh, he still thinks we're bad guys. We are thugs, not bad guys.
Why
Hire
you
the
keep
muscle.
using that word?
And there is
Then
no
if
sense
you
in
are bad
denying
guy,
that we
this
are
does not
lowlifes.
mean you are a bad guy.
There is no sense in denying that we are low lives. It simply matters that we're willing to do dirtier jobs. It does not mean that we are inherently bad people. Something that I always try to have my little protege keep in mind. Well then,
Oh,
a pleasure to you all.
Likewise.
Polly is gonna take the cue and hightail it out of there. Like,
All right, I'm going to assume you're all going back downstairs.
how? Yeah, no.
before
She just.
Oh, I was thinking
She-
Shade would leave, but alright.
before Colt Irons goes back downstairs,
Oh,
he is going to offer a handshake to Shade and say, "It's a pleasure to meet such a legend."
Shade.
Glad something puts the fear into those bandits.
Shade reaches over and firmly shakes your hand. He says, "The pleasure is mine."
After that, Colt Irons is gonna walk off.
Okay.
Just gonna enter the door open and just look at him and be like, "You couldn't help throwing in one little unnecessary lie, huh?"
Ah, what can I say? Old habits, they die hard. Plus, you have to stay on your feet, no? And if it helps you, then who says it is unnecessary?
I lie for goodwill then. And then he leaves.
Okay, and you all head back downstairs.
Well, that was delightful.
Now we have another time
We got more or
constraint.
less what we wanted.
Well, if we meet that time constraint, we'll meet the other one easily, so I like to think of it as motivation.
Well, just keep in mind, if you can't
That
beat it,
honestly
you're
went-
pissing off two people.
Oh,
Now we have
that's
even less time to prepare for this.
That honestly
It-
went much better than I expected.
I didn't expect there to be.
That
a
went
fight.
much better than I expected. I was pleasantly surprised. Good job, guys. Good rolls.
so,
Still need
Mr.
money.
Mr. Vico, Mr. Dashing former thief. Is there anything else about your past life that you'd like to share with us? Any skeletons lurking in your closet?
You suddenly
Ooh, are
feeling
there
very
actual
charmed.
skeletons?
Thalia is looking at you
any
with
rays
genuine.
of sunshine?
Thalia is looking at you with genuine, like, stars in her eyes. By the
Not
way,
quite, but
it's gotta be
She's-
close.
she's like trying to flip a dagger back and forth, but she's having trouble retrieving the dagger in the first place because of the spirits haunting her, and then she kind of flips it a little bit. Then
Filing her nails with it a little bit.
yeah, this is how these thugs operate, right?
We can
Keeping
just
in
kind
mind,
of. If the audience says that, if you go shrugs and says, "I wouldn't know. I'm just an adventurer."
of course.
Oh,
And she
projected.
she winks at you knowingly.
What about this ray?
Oh, I don't think that's really important right now. Sometimes we should let bygones be bygones and secrets be secrets.
Sounds like a bad guy.
And what about that Odin?
That did we just meet with like a notorious master criminal?
I mean, he's the
Oh my-
leader of the Thieves Guild. Did you expect anything less?
Is he the leader of the Thieves Guild?
There's not like a the leader.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit more complicated, very egalitarian, with opportunities for advancement, which seems good. Seems much better than certain other organizations.
They've got
that
a
I've been involved with.
401k, a full dental coverage.
Talia's like mentally, she's like taking
At the very
notes.
least, he's a leader in the Thieves Guild. He referred to them as his boys.
Yeah.
The idea that the Thieves Guild has better employment opportunities than like a standard guard job is so fucking funny.
Well, Thalia's not thinking about guard duty. She's thinking of it compared to the nihilistic apocalypse cult branches she's dealt with.
Yeah, for sure. Not a lot of room for advancement in those, really. You kind of just, it's all nepotism, really. It's one of those. Maybe she's bored with it. Maybe it's an apocalypse cult.
I do want to ask, how has Arazoth been looking and acting this entire time?
He was listening to this entire conversation, putting together a lot of dots like, what the flying fuck? So he's definitely been giving Vico like hard side eye since all this has happened.
Is he looking a little dumbstruck?
Arizov increasingly realizing that the party is just made up of criminals and/or aspiring criminals.
I mean, with his base, very average intelligence of 10, he's putting all of this together and realizing I'm fucked.
Between costumes, kill every last one of them attitude, and now this, you're starting to realize Colt is like the most lawful person in the party.
Here? Literally, he's like, how do I have the most trust in Colt Irons?
You don't trust Thalia. Thalia healed you.
Hey, Vico's all about the law. Didn't you hear? He's turning his life around.
Thalia saved my life. I am indebted to Thalia.
Oh.
I feel like Thalia has had her pros and cons. I'm feeling kind of neutral towards Thalia. She's definitely a benefit right now with the situation.
I can't believe Arizov is a misogynist.
It sounds like Vico and Arizov need to have a conversation.
He's gay, what do you expect?
Okay.
Oh.
Thalia called Colt Iron spineless. He's gonna remember that.
Yeah, good.
True.
Maybe it'll make him grow one.
Oh!
Throwing shade, oh my god.
No, Shade's over on the second floor. Nobody's throwing him around.
No, Thalia's just casting deeper darkness, not shade.
Oh, gotcha.
Okay. Anything anybody else wants to do in this bar before they leave?
Thalia's gonna buy herself a freaking drink because she needs it.
Of course, strange lady. Here you go. On house if you have coin.
She pulls out a couple silver.
I'm gonna lean over to Colt.
What
Does he
you
know
like?
what on the house means?
I'll take whatever your specialty is.
Of course. Here, Union Brew. And he places down a strange bubbling mug on the table.
Oh boy.
All right, Arizal, what deep dark secrets are we going to learn about you today?
She's gonna take a swig. Okay, hold on. I need to do.
Make a fortitude save.
Oh God.
Are we letting the little divine magic user elf with like 8 strength drink the dwarven ale?
Who says he's dwarven? It's Union Brew.
How dark is it in this inn? I need to know.
Significantly darker now.
Oh, okay, cool. Fantastic.
Thalia, you take one sip, and then you just find that it's so rich, you just can't stop drinking.
Oh, no.
And then the next thing you know, you don't know. Thalia, you are blackout drunk.
Oh.
You also care for drink, pleasant man. Friend of staff. We have bottle of dragon's piss back here. Rare bottle. Strong stuff.
I think most of us are good.
Okay, you take strange lady home now then, yes? She is passed out on floor. And on that note, Thalia just falls over onto the floor there.
I can take a room.
Oh.
Do I need to make a check to pick her up?
No, I mean, she's pretty light.
Wow. How much does she weigh? Check.
Not much.
Yes.
I need you to buy something for me.
What do you need?
I need that bottle of dragon's piss.
The whole bottle? For what?
It might help us deal with the bandits.
How? You gonna create a bomb?
No.
That was the most guilty no I've ever heard you say.
Might
I
be
have
time to
much
bargain
better
again.
ways to make bombs. Bars off.
Well then, fill me in. What do you need it for?
It might be time to bargain again. I'll help you pay.
Oh.
I'll help you pay for it.
Wait, does Gold have a cowboy hat?
Colt
have a
does
tricorn.
not have a cowboy hat. He has a tricorn. He looks like a
Oh my
revolutionary.
god. Oh my god. Do you have sunglasses?
No,
No.
Okay, we just need the dragon's piss and we need the sunglasses.
do not give him sunglasses. Putting that in my notes.
Look.
I'll help you buy the
We
drink.
gotta get him sunglasses.
Really like that stuff.
Okay, so
Gotta
you're
get
gonna
a
use
jar
that
I'll help
as
you.
a bribe.
I'll help you buy the drink.
I can get behind that.
Always the first thing they drink, if they find any.
Alright.
Oh, you two want to make sale, yes?
How much for the whole bottle of dragon's piss?
Whole bottle. Big spender, 20 gold.
You got a deal. Slap it on the counter.
Okay, he
All right.
slaps down the bottle. He says, "All yours. Dwarf, you may be only one who has chance of not getting shit fucked by drinking that."
It is sealed, right?
Yes, it's sealed. Of course. What kind of people you think us? We're not fool. We seal drink.
They won't take it if it's not new. They'll think something's been put in it. I'm gonna grab the bottle and pocket it.
Anything
Sorry,
else?
I can't.
Did anybody do
what else?
anything to try and wake poor Thalia up?
No, you're just being carried by
No.
Costu.
I think Costy's just holding you.
You're getting rocked by
Wow.
babied right now.
It's just a DC 10
Eepy
heal check,
time.
folks.
Eepy eepy.
Rock
So I think my heal.
oh,
I think my heal is like a
on
plus
the drop
0.
floor.
I mean,
I think I'm lucky if I have a minus. If I have a minus 1.
Yeah, don't even attempt it. Just let her sleep it off.
Heal. My heal is my heal is 0, so I'm not interested in attempting that check.
When the drink wears off, she'll wake up no more.
I could do more harm than good, to be honest. Trying.
I think it would be fine. Like,
I can wake her up. Could.
Colt just shoots his fucking rifle right next
I'm not
to
gonna
her.
try it. I would rather just carry you to a bed, honestly.
I'll make the heal check.
Sure, I guess
I'll
while
make things
Costu is carrying you, Colt, you can make the heal check. Fine. I guess. Don't let me have any fun. No drunken shenanigans here. Thalia,
what?
there's a warm sensation on your face, and then a very numbing sensation on your face. It's Colt's hand. Colt slapped you really hard and you're awake.
What? You...
Oh,
You're
Hey,
passed
Webbin?
Do
out
you feel
drunk.
up to walking, or would you like me to carry you?
I am perfectly fine, thank you. I can comport myself as a lady of proper etiquette and
2 seconds ago,
knowledge.
you were passed out.
I'll
She
have
making up words like etiquette. You know she drunk.
I am an initiate of the mysteries. You buffoons, you
Thalia?
clowns.
Thalia?
She called you baboon.
no.
Thalia, if you need to lean on a shoulder, it's fine.
Shadows
both
take the lot of you. And she kind of stumbled, and it seems like, did he slap me? He slapped me.
He did.
The indignity, the nerve. I suppose he does have something. I wouldn't call it a spine, but at least his liver isn't completely gone.
Unlike yours.
My liver? No.
Yeah, it's not
She's saying you're not liver lily. Lily liver.
Lily livered.
Yeah.
My liver's intact. Let's get out of here.
Mission
So-
accomplished. Liver survived.
What time is it?
Right now, it's
I want to check my pocket watch.
Roughly.
So this means I'm in, right?
it's 11 a.m.
It means we're working together. We're gonna be pals. We're gonna be the best of pals.
Thalia,
We're
make a
gonna be
reflex saving throw.
Oh, jeez.
Let's go.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Does she have the sense to cast guidance on herself
No,
first?
she does
Probably.
not.
No. Bonk.
Oh, whoops. Hang on. There we go. You trip over the table on the way out, hit your head really hard on the floor, and take 2 points of non-lethal damage.
Blasted tables, agents of Groidus, the lot of them.
You
I
now
see
have
you,
a
table.
You have a very slight forehead bruise.
I see what you're attempting to do. Your schemes will not go unnoticed, and she brandishes her dagger.
So after sorting
God.
around
What did you
for it
want
for a
the drink
while.
And then puts it back, and then realizes the grimoire is better, and just slams the book on the table before leaving. I rebuke you.
I'm gonna drag Thalia along
Okay.
so that she
What do
doesn't
you
fall.
want the drink for, Colt?
It's one of the bandits' favorites. It might get them to listen to us. It's kind of a rare one.
Miko, I thought you were noble and sensible and a dashing rogue, but you're nothing but
Yes.
a...
Look, costume. We don't have a lot of advantages, but we might as well leverage the ones we have.
Pico, she thinks you're dashing.
Yes,
I don't think it's
yes.
a bad idea.
I gently pat
No, it's never a
Thalia
bad
on the
idea to
back.
offer people wine,
Oh, it's not wine, it's whiskey.
regardless.
Wait, it's not actual piss?
Well, that remains
It's
unclear.
It's a metaphor.
We don't know the whole recipe.
Mostly.
Look, it's very strong whiskey.
It's fermented from dragon something.
Probably piss.
Look, we're not getting it for our consumption. We're getting it
Which
as
is a damn shame.
We're getting
If
it as
it-
a bargaining chip.
If it kills the bandits,
I
then we can
expected as much.
take the hourglass, no trouble.
Hey, think about this. Think about this. If one of the bandit scouts spots us, we might be able to just hand him this and walk away, and he might never say a damn thing.
But the thing is,
Does anyone want to inform Meredith of this plan?
well, we're gonna have to go back to
We'll
the
talk to Meredith
inn
at some point.
first.
I mean, look. We'll use it later, I promise. All right, we're gonna head back to
Okay.
the inn. Well, I'm gonna head back to the inn.
Hey,
Okay,
hey,
so now we
hey,
have
Vico, what if we bought a scroll that could set things on fire, like a fireball scroll, and then instead of toasting the bandits, we could roast the bandits, just make them all blow up. Boom.
Order breakfast for myself. Or I guess lunch now, probably more like.
it's probably lunchtime. I'll probably also order some lunch.
Okay. And as you guys get back to the inn, I think that is a good place to call it for tonight's session. We can catch up tomorrow next week with Meredith filled in and get the plans in order for you guys to start heading to the mountains. So thank you everyone for hanging out with us tonight. As always, eat well, sleep well, check in with your friends, check in with yourself. We appreciate you being here. What else? Anybody want to say anything to chat before we pack it in?
It's your birthday! Happy birthday!
Thank you, Chad.
You're fantastic, and we couldn't
love
do
you.
this without you.
All right.
Thanks for all your support.
And with that, as always, Gale Force